I need to ask you a serious question. What would you do if you saw and knew a 10-year-old purposefully killing a cat by dropping it out of a 20-story building? Watch this. What you just saw was a 10-year-old boy out in Singapore follow a cat and got to the cat, looked around. You could see them. They turned to the left, they turned to the right to make sure nobody's watching, and they flung that cat out of that window and wound up killing it because that thud that you heard was the cat hitting the floor. Now, let's see what happens because this was a couple years ago, and you will be angered, upset, and shocked on what happened to this boy.
In local news, a 10-year-old boy who threw a cat off an HDB block in Boon Lay has been given a stern warning after completing a month-long rehabilitation program. An investigation had found the boy lacked sufficient maturity to understand why his actions were wrong. Geraldine Yap with more.
This chilling video, posted online last December, captured the moments before this community cat in Boon Lay fell to its death after being thrown off an HDB block.
The cat, which was known as Panther in the community, fell from the 22nd floor and was found somewhere around here at the foot of the block. Residents later made a police report. Now, the incident sparked outrage amongst animal lovers and a petition calling for justice for the cat drew tens of thousands of signatures.
A memorial has since been set up for Panther, which had been cared for more than 15 years by the community. The case was investigated by the Animal and Veterinary Service. An Institute of Mental Health psychiatrist found the boy lacking in maturity to understand the nature and consequences of his actions. Given this and the boy's age, he was put on a diversionary program after consulting the Attorney General's chambers. This involved learning about animal welfare and living with cats in a community, as well as helping out at a cat shelter. He was accompanied by his father and completed it in June.
I have some additional information I will link in the description of this video if you want to read about this. So in Singapore, if you are over 10 years old, you are legally old enough to be charged for a crime. However, they're saying in this case of this boy, he's not mature enough because he doesn't know what he was doing. Do you think that's the case or not? Do you think that the parents then should be held responsible for the child's action? Now, this took place in December of a couple years ago. He did not do this 1 month rehabilitation until June. And do you know why? Because they didn't want to affect his school studies. I think as cat advocates, we need to speak up and we need to speak out. Again, I've been on hiatus for about 6 months. I am starting this channel back up. I will be back with more. But tell me, what do you think would be the correct consequence for this boy's actions? Eye for an eye? It's hard to say no on that, but I don't know if I can go there. Being some kind of juvenile detention for 8 years until he's 18? I'm not sure. So let me know in the comments what you think.